At night, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah, I think that we've all had enough, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, they know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough.
What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to talk about the.
Are you done playing with your knife yet?
Be right back. Okay, moving along. We're going to talk about the Spyderco Lil Native. This is an Eric Glesser design. There's his designer signature there. And this is the baby of the Native series of knives from Spyderco. We're going to start at the bottom, the Lil Native. And then on top of that, we have the Native 5, goes a little bit bigger. That is a backlock only, as far as I'm aware. Then we go to the Native Chief. The Native Chief is a honkin' 4-inch blade, a lot more stabby and you know, longer blade there. That's a lockback only, as far as I'm aware. And then we have the Big Boss, which is the Shaman. Even though the Shaman's a smaller blade, it's much beefier and stouter in every capacity price. So yeah, that's kind of your Native series lined up right there. Let's go ahead and put those guys away. This particular knife does come not only with the compression lock, as this Little Native is here, but it also comes with a back lock. And those are the only two that I know of. It seems as though the original ones did come with the back lock, and these newer ones. This is actually an M4 version that is sold out at present from Blade HQ, but they still sell these. In terms of other Spyderco knives for size comparison, the Dragonfly is a little bit smaller, and the Chaparral is just a little bit bigger. So you see it kind of sandwiches right in there in terms of that particular sizing. So we're talking really about fifth pocket knives, and for me, the kind of true comparisons that I'm dealing with, I think they were similar size. The first one was the Razorcliff from CKRT. That's an inexpensive $30 John Graham design knife. It's definitely a true fifth pocket knife, and it's in the lower budget range, of course. A very well-known one is the CRKT Pilar. Almost identical in terms of length, blade length, and everything, and you have that front finger choil there too. So the Pilar is definitely one of those that I would consider in that range for comparison. The Lucas Burnley designed CRKT Squid, also very similar, very kind of a taller one, this one too, but very skinny versus the full-size one. We'll talk about that, full-size in hand. So the Lucas Burnley Squid, and then for $85, the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog Chris Conaway designed. This one, again, very solid fifth pocket fit, and that one's going to be at at $100 or at $85. It's going to be kind of in between those other lower cost ones. So let's talk about this knife. This knife sports a 2.45-inch blade, and it has about actually just 2 inches of usable blade there. This particular one is M4 steel, but the standard is an S30V, and that's just a fine steel too. They're both kind of high-end steels. This knife weighs 2.5 ounces, and it prices between $130 and $155. And as Spyderco's knives go, pretty standard, not terribly priced. So yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about on this one. Let's jump right into the pros of it. This is a small and strong knife. It is full-sized in the hand. It's definitely kind of wide. Let's go ahead and bring, I don't know, probably the full-size Native 5. They are almost identically sized in terms of width, so you get that nice feel in the hand. And with that front finger choil, you can definitely get 4 full fingers in there. Love that, the full-size grip in there. The compression lock, I really, really like. It will provide for future fidgetiness, but you know, I've only been carrying this one for a couple weeks, and I have flicked it open probably about 1,000 to 2,000 times, and it's just going to take a little while. Maybe the DLC coating, actually not even the DLC coating, because I had the other one, the non-coated DLC, and it is not super flicky, but it does have the full, you know, a full Spidey hole, and with a little bit of wrist, you can actually definitely knock it out there. Very ambidextrous, you know, this knife. Left-handed, works well. The pocket clip, which is the right one, is reversible to the left-hand side, tip up only. But the compression lock, well, we're going to talk about that under the cons. So I do like the reversible wire clip. The sharpening was done very reliably by Spyderco's robots, so it did a great job. Couldn't complain about that. You know, and the M4 steel heat treat seemed to be fine. I used this quite a bit, didn't have any really problems. The one that is not DLC coated that I did smash through the aluminum top there for the Scotch whiskey, that one did get a small deflection, but I was able to get that out relatively easy. So yeah, it won against the thin aluminum top on that one, or it might have been aluminum or tin, some combination of the two. So yeah, those are definitely some of the pros of this, and it works just well. Very comfortable in hand. Definitely, you could just sit there and whittle for quite a while, do some carving onto some wood. As far as some of the cons of this knife, the small size is not best, for box cutting, and it's because you just simply run out of blade. Normally when you are cutting boxes, you're not just going straight down. You know, a lot of people act like you just go straight down to hammer grip. You're not. You're oftentimes cutting across it, and with that, you're going in a downward direction, and you do need sometimes to go into some of that blade. You know, it just being such a short blade, it did not do so good for me as far as that goes. And I just prefer a little bit longer one. PM3 is great. It is such a small and light blade that it doesn't fidget well at present. You can, with a lot of wrist, flick it back and then plop it back in. But it suffers the same thing as the Shaman, where that little nubbin does hit your finger, so you'll have to learn to like pop that out of there when you flick it back. But again, just such a light and small blade. Doesn't fidget super well, but it does do all the things that we like to do. Again, it takes a little bit of wrist for me to get the middle Spidey flick out. Left-handed, it seemed to work a little bit better for the Spidey flick, but I was a lot worse on the thumb. I really have to give it a lot of wrist to do the left-handed. Again, I'm not a left-handed person, so not a big deal. And really, the last thing is the compression lock bias, which is there on other models, like the PM3. But one of the key things is for the lefties, the bias towards righties. When I'm doing this left-handed, I can normally, with the regular spoon clips, just fit my finger right into there. But because this knife blade is so short, I'm on the flat surface of the clip there, and it's kind of want to slip out a little bit. So the left-handed single put away is just even a little bit more biased against lefties on this one. So overall, what would I say? This is, this Lil Native, definitely built with consistent Golden Colorado production quality in a small knife. I do like the nice wide full hand grip that you get in there. Definitely good for that. And really, the question I had for myself, is this the best fifth pocket knife that you could have? And actually, I think it is, because it truly fits in many different pairs of pants. The one I happen to have on the front side montage was a deeper one, but I tried it on some shallower fifth pockets, and it fits just great, clipped or not. So yeah, overall, I would say this is the best fifth pocket knife that I've had and ever tried out. So hope you did enjoy this. If you did, like and subscribe, and have a great day. Take care now. Okay, moving along now. We're going to talk about the Spyderco Lil Native. This is an Eric Glesser design. You can see the designer mark there. And